What's going on, Knicks fans? The Knicks have a big game against the Sacramento Kings tonight because at this point, you got to win every single game if you want to get back into the playoff contention, and it's got to start with a change in the starting five. I'm curious, what changes should the Knicks make in the starting five? Give me a name, someone that should get benched, maybe Quentin Grimes, Obi Toppin, Emmanuel quickly. I'm very interested for what all you guys have to say, so get in the comments section and be active. What's going on, Knicks fans? You're watching New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green, and in today's show, we're going to touch on some pretty upsetting analytics that show that the Knicks starting five is one of the worst in basketball. They're also really bad in the third quarter, and they're great in the fourth quarter. Why is that? We'll explain it. We'll also talk about Obi Toppin and Quentin Grimes. Should they be getting more minutes? But I want to start with this. It's time for Tom Thibodeau to make a change in the starting lineup, and for me, I think it's either got to be get Kemba Walker back out of the rotation just simply for the fact that he is just a negative on the defensive end, or maybe it's Evan Fournier. Move him to the bench and start a guy like Quentin Grimes, someone that can come in and guard the ball. Right now, the biggest thing the Knicks lack is people that can guard the basketball, guard ball handlers. And that guy, Quentin Grimes, he is someone that is one of the best in the NBA at it, and he's been a pleasant surprise for the rookie. We'll look at some stats that he's had in the past couple of games, but I first want to look at the net rating that the Knicks have per quarter and where it stacks up in the NBA. In the first quarter, they have a minus 7.5 net rating, and that's 26th in the NBA. In the second quarter, it gets way better, a plus 4.7, and that's 11th in the NBA. Then in the third quarter, when the starters start the second half, they have a net rating of minus 7.1, which is 24th in the NBA. And then in the fourth quarter, where the Knicks have actually been pretty good this year, have a net rating of plus 3.8, which is 6th in the NBA. And what does this mean? In the first and third quarter, when the starters are in the game, they don't play well. Then when the second unit comes in, they play much better, and they're always having to cut into the lead. This second unit has been the only positive piece, really, from this New York Knicks season. I want to go back to this Fred Katz tweet back on January 26th. He said this, and this was following the Heat game where the Knicks got blown out on ESPN and Jeff Van Gundy thrashed them. Katz said this: Tibbs rolled with the starters for 6+ minutes as the Heat went up 26. Kemba, Evan, RJ, Julius, and Mitchell Robinson. That lineup is minus 11.5 points per 100 possessions on the season, but has played the third most minutes of any lineup in the NBA. So some people always hit me up like, but Marshall, this starting lineup doesn't have enough chemistry. Kemba, RJ, Julius, Evan, they got to play more together. The stats are right there. They're one of the worst lineups in the NBA, and they've had the third most minutes in the NBA together. It's time. Start the rookie. Start Quentin Grimes. I would move Evan Fournier to the bench, and I wouldn't view it as a demotion for Fournier. I just think when you have Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier on the court, also with Julius Randle, who has been a terrible defender this year, Quentin Grimes will be a massive upgrade for your perimeter defense. What he's done in the last 5 games, when he's got substantial minutes, it's been great. The kid is a knockdown shooter from 3, shooting at 45.2% from behind the three-point line. His plus-minus is plus 5.6 per game, and he's also averaging just under 10 points per game. His field goal percentage at 42, but when you shoot over 45% from the three-point line, you deserve to play more minutes, and I think Quentin Grimes is a guy that deserves more minutes. He would help this defense, and he would give the Knicks another spot-up shooter, so you wouldn't be losing too much shooting when it comes to replacing a guy like Evan Fournier. We've seen when Fournier gets hot, he can carry this offense like he did against the Boston Celtics. He's had some really big games, but at the end of the day, when you continue to start games slow, dig yourself into double-digit, deficits heading into the second quarter, you have to make a change. And like Jeff Van Gundy said, if you keep on doing the same thing over and over and over again, that is the definition of insanity. It is time for the Knicks to make a starting five change, and maybe it's going to be tonight against the Sacramento Kings. But be the coach. Be Tom Thibodeau. Should the Knicks start Quentin Grimes? I would start him. I would bring Evan Fournier off the bench, still play him 20 to 25 minutes per game. I just think that starting lineup needs a jolt of energy, and Quentin Grimes, he can have that on the offensive and defensive ends of the courts. But type Y for yes if you want Quentin Grimes to start, or if not, type N for no. And if the Knicks make a starting five change, we will be breaking it down on this channel. If you're brand new here, we are a one-stop shop for all Knicks news and rumors all year long. We just crossed over 4,000 subscribers, and we've gained a whole bunch in the past couple of days, and I want to get to 4.25K as soon as possible, and I need all of your guys' help to get there. So if you love the Knicks and you're looking for a channel that does nothing but cover the Knickerbockers, this is your one-stop shop. So go down right now and hit that big red button. Next story. Should Obi Toppin play more minutes? With Julius Randle playing some of the worst basketball of his career and Obi Toppin over the last couple of games playing really well and actually hitting the three-point shot, I think it's time for Obi Toppin to get more minutes. I think there's somewhat of a beef between Obi and Tom Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau always talks about how Obi Toppin gets better every single game. Well, how about you play him more minutes so he continues to get better? Over the last 3 games, Obi has seen an uptick in minutes, almost 17 minutes per night, and the production has matched it. He's averaging 12 points per game, rebounding the ball at a 4.3 per game basis, and he's shooting from 62.5%. That's not going to be a sustainable number for Obi Toppin, but if he can make threes at a 33 or 34% clip with the energy he brings on the offensive and defensive end, Obi Toppin could be someone that could add some life into this bench unit and even starting unit if he gets more minutes. What has he done when he plays more than 20 minutes per game? All pluses. 13 points per game, nearly 6 rebounds, a plus-minus of plus 100, the highest on the Knicks. When Obi Toppin plays more than 20 minutes per game, it has a direct correlation of how well the Knicks plays. He's shooting almost 54% from the floor. Obi Toppin needs more minutes. And we'll talk more about Obi Toppin in a second, but I want to get you guys some swaggy Knicks gear. You see this hoodie? This is something I would wear. I might actually buy it once the show's over. Go to chatsports.com/Knicks sale, and you can find a whole bunch of different Knicks items all on sale. Shout out to our sponsor, Fanatics. You can get this sick beanie or that hoodie like we just showed you on screen. These offers aren't going to last forever, so go do it right now. Chatsports.com/Knicks sale. I promise you, you can find something from yourself, your mom, your brother, anything you want, they got it. Chatsports.com/Knicks sale. I thought this tweet was pretty telling about the Obi Toppin effect when he's in the game. Tom Piccolo, he said this: when Obi Toppin plays, the New York Knicks get out in transition 4.6% more than when he sits. That difference ranks in the 99th percentile. When Obi finishes a play in transition, he scores at a 1.4 second point per possession, which is good for 95th percentile. But did you know Obi's minutes when New York scores are plus 10.6 per 100 possessions in the half court? So not only does he affect what the Knicks are in the fast break game, he also is just a piece that kind of spreads out this Knicks offense, adds more life, more backdoor cuts, more easy lobs from guards to Obi Toppin. This is someone that needs to play more minutes, and the proof is in the pudding. The Knicks are better when Obi Toppin is on the floor, and I think Obi should play 20 to 25 minutes per game and play every single night. How many times have we seen Obi Toppin be injected into the game when the Knicks are down double digits, and the energy is just on fire? The team comes back. Him and Emmanuel Quickly, their energy is infectious for the rest of this team. When Obi comes in the game, the energy for the rest of this team gets lit on fire, and they play much better. Obi is an infectious player. He has a big impact on the defensive end, but he also gets this team out in transition and gets them easy baskets. That's something this Knicks team needs. They need easy baskets, because how many times do we watch and we say, man, it looks hard for the Knicks right now to get the ball in the basket? When Obi Toppin's on the court, get him the ball in the fast break and let him just go to work and let the cameras flash, because he is a human highlight reel with the lobs and the fast court dunks. Let me know. I think 20 to 25 minutes, but I want to hear what all of you have to say. How many minutes a game should Obi Toppin play? It should be more than what he's playing right now. Some nights he doesn't even get off of his windbreaker. He doesn't get in the game, and that's just upsetting. But let me know. How many minutes should Obi Toppin play per game? And hit me up on Twitter, guys. I'm trying to get to 1,000 followers, and I want more Knicks followers. I tweet about the Knicks all day, every day, and I want you guys to be a part of that. So go and hit me up at @MarshallGreen_. And if you made it this far in the video, go hit that red subscribe button. With the NBA trade deadline just around the corner, our coverage is going to ramp up, and we're going to try to do a video every single day. So go hit that big red button right now if you want more Knicks news, rumors, trade rumors. Maybe we'll do a trade candidates video coming later this week. You want to be a part of that. So go down right now and hit that big red button.